Howdy folks, my name is Alex, otherwise known as Fear the Z, and welcome to episode 63 of the Turner's Digest. As always, we'll start off with our disclaimer. I'm not a financial or tax advisor. This is not financial or tax advice. This is for entertainment purposes only, but please enjoy. Happy summer, definitely in full swing for me, hence the gap in episodes. Summer just get really hectic for me. I'm in that time of life where everybody's getting married or celebrating a kid or something, so I feel like I'm never around to do anything, but I found some time to record, so let's get into it and see if I still know how to do this. Housekeeping, as always, you want to support me on the Patreon, patreon.com/TurnerDigest. I think we're like 150 members strong. The Discord is getting decently active. I now have to start to catch up on things because, as I said, I'm busy. Shout out to my brother's band, Not Sweaty But Heavy Lemon. They got new music out, 605, kind of a banger. I think I played it at the end of last episode. Hope you liked that. On to the Cleed tier callouts. Starting to get pretty long. We got shout out to Kung Fu or Cleed, Dion, Erica, Shu Hui, Daniel, Ricky, and Rob. I'm sorry, dead air. Made a mistake in the show notes. Also, welcome to Boaz, Karen, the Martin, Paul, and Nick, two members of the Patreon. Small note, the balance forgiveness tiers, the $1 and $2 tier, Wells Fargo for me is no longer waiving that balance. So definitely check your credit cards if you've been a subscriber to the Patreon on the $1 balance forgiveness tier. Wells Fargo is no longer forgiving that for me. I wound up having a past due charge on my card for $1. Didn't go to collections or anything. It didn't get marked as past due, reported to bureaus or anything, but I did get charged $1 minimum interest fee, and they wouldn't refund it. So thanks, Wells Fargo. And I'm still trying to do the timestamps in the show notes. You should note that the last episode had timestamps with links to that time as a link to a timestamped YouTube video of the podcast. So hopefully that's helpful. I know it'll be helpful for me. I know sometimes I go back in my things and something happens to me, we're going to talk about Unibank a little bit. And I'm like, oh, what episode did I talk about Unibank in? And then I search in my big file of show notes. And I'm like, oh, it was episode 58. And that one doesn't have the show note links yet. So I have to scrub through and find where it is. So I'm grateful for my own changes. So I'm glad that was recommended by Sasha on the Discord. So thanks, Sasha. So the breakdown goes today. We have cards. We have a whole lot of card updates. Then we have deals, and then we have sign-up bonuses, and then we have class actions, and then just a fun other category that just nothing fell under. We got a lot to go over because this is a month of data, so let's go through it. First off, we have some new cards. We have a Venetian Las Vegas card, which is Venetian Las Vegas is announcing that they will be having a new card available. We're exploring an exciting new credit card program for guests at the Venetian Resort Las Vegas, and we'll need your help to make it exceptional. Your unique perspective is incredibly important as we look at benefits and consider features. This was in a survey, according to Dr. Credit, and some of the survey choices were an airfare reimbursement, a complimentary round of golf, canyon, ranch, spa, and a fitness credit. It's always nice to see new credit cards come into the space. I'm curious to see if this will be on cardless or maybe, was it Imprint? Something, I think that's also a new credit card issuer. I know I was talking to Cleed about it for a little bit. Next, speaking of Imprint, they're pushing out a bunch of new cards. They have a Fetch card, which is a card that earns 10 points per dollar, but actually it's only a 1% cashback card, according to engineering guy on our Discord. So thanks for looking into it. You get to spin and win, and 5x on everything else, and 10x on retail and grocery. That's really 2 because points are worth way less. It's also on the American Express network. I'm seeing a lot of cards come out from Imprint. So if you do have one of these, definitely hit me up. I'd love to get that card image. Speaking of card images, there should be some new ones on the site as well. And I updated some instructions there too. You can just send me images over Discord. They seem to not compress the images on Discord, which is nice because they're not very big. All right, next, Wawa's launching a card. You get 50 cents off per gallon for the first 30 days and 5 cents off afterwards. 3x on Wawa purchases, excluding fuel at the pump. 1x on everything else, and a sign-up bonus or a cash-out redemption of 2,500 points as $25 Wawa gift card. According to Dr. Credit, card doesn't really seem useful at all, unfortunately. Yeah, it doesn't seem great. I guess the sign-on bonus is 50 cents off per gallon for the first 30 days. You'd have to really use that in the first 30 days for it to be worth it. Next, we have Caesars launching a Caesars Rewards Prestige Visa Signature with Comencity Bank. So there's a $150 annual fee, 20,000 rewards points, and 2,500 tier credits when you spend $1,000 outside of the Caesars Reward destination on your new credit card. Within 90 days of account opening, you get 7x points at Caesars Rewards destinations, 2x on dining, travel, and entertainment, 1x everywhere else. 2,500 tier credit when you make a purchase outside the Caesars Rewards destination within the first 90 days. That's listed twice. Annual bonus of 2,500 tier credits when spending 10,000 or more, and 1,500 when spending 50,000 or more. $50 slot play at Caesars Rewards destinations. A $100 dining credit at Caesars Reward destinations. 1 complimentary hotel night anniversary bonus at Caesars Rewards destination worth up to $300. Upgrade to platinum status when you use your card in your first 90 days of approval. Dr. Credit says, I can't see this card worth keeping due to the free night certificate annually for some people. I can see this worth doing for this free night certificate for people. Yeah, if the annual fee is $150 and then the credit can be worth up to $300, that would be a moneymaker, especially if you already stay at Caesars locations. Otherwise, don't seem to be that useful. Surprised they're allowed the Prestige branding, given the City Prestige card soon to be relaunched as City Strut Elite, which we'll be talking about here in a little bit, but City Prestige actually isn't going anywhere. They plan on leaving it open. I think Cleed opened this card, because of course he did, and I'll be getting the card image soon from him. I think he's having some problems with his Apple Wallet playing nice. Next, we have a new card from Nibbles. Nibbles credit card. It's a credit card for pet owners. It comes with free pet insurance for dogs and cats only, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. It earns 3x points on pet and vet purchases, 1x points on all other purchases, points can be redeemed for statement credit, no annual fee. Nibbles card is not currently available for residents of Colorado, Maine, Massachusetts, or Washington. So I'm in Massachusetts. I can't get it. Not that I was going for it anyway. But it could be interesting for the free pet insurance. But the pet insurance is actually not great. It's a $500 deductible, 80% co-insurance, 10K annual benefit, and pre-existing conditions, meds, and vet exams are not covered. This is catastrophic coverage only. Which, I mean, it's a free product, so it's better than not having anything for your pet. But I wouldn't get it exclusively just to get pet insurance and be like, oh, I have pet insurance. It's not really how it works. Continuing on the new cards, the last one, we have Booking.com to launch a credit card which earns Genius Rewards. That's pretty much it. We don't have much more information. The card looks pretty basic. It looks blue. It says Booking.com. Cool. All right, next into Bank of America territory. I personally had a few Bank of America cards coming due for their annual fee. I think let me see. I should have looked at this earlier. I think my Premium Rewards Elite was due. Let's see. Bank of America Premium Rewards Elite. Yeah, June 20th. So sometime last month, I was researching some retention offers, just trying to see if I could possibly get one on this card. And I saw reports from Chuck over at Dr. Credit that he was able to get a retention offer for the card, but I called up and there wasn't anything for me, but figured I'd call it out and see if y'all had anything. He said he did not ask for a retention offer, and the rep did not mention any offer, but then when he product changed the card, he then got an offer. I plan on keeping the card, so that wouldn't be an avenue for me, but I figured I'd share that. Next, Bank of America is updating their bill payment system on August 23rd. So if you don't know, Bank of America's IT is from the Stone Ages. Their interface is old but works, and their bill pay is really funky. To set it up to like auto pay your bills, you have to like manually type in your credit card number into Bank of America's auto pay system. And in order to pay from an external account, you have to manually link it as an external account and then verify it with trial deposits and then hook it up to pay from that account to all your credit cards. I've set it up, so I went through the pain of set it and forget it. But now it looks like they're changing the system, and there were some emails that went out that said that they're updating it. The main part that Dr. Credit highlights here is we'll cancel any one-time or recurring payments that you set up by you or another person on your behalf to your personal Bank of America credit cards that are scheduled to process in the bill pay system on or after August 23rd. I haven't received an email, so hopefully it doesn't happen to me because all of mine are set to auto pay. But I guess we'll see what comes of that. Keep your eyes out. Next, we got a great post by user. I should zoom in. I can't see anything. I'm blind. FIEPDRXG. Can't pronounce that. It's not really words. Comparing the Bank of America Premier Rewards Elite and the Capital One Venture X under different spend and redemption methods. They did a pretty good breakdown of like basically the cost analysis or like break even of both cards comparatively. And their main takeaways are, if you're purely looking to optimize your flight spend, the Venture X is an easy winner. This is particularly true if you focus on rewards travel and like the transfer partners of Capital One. The 10X on rental cars is nice. At 4.2%, you can get decent value on travel plus dining via the Premier Rewards Elite. It's especially nice to have travel including parking, rideshare, taxi, etc. Especially the Premier Rewards Elite is much worse on flights than Venture X and maybe worse unclear on rental cars and hotels. I don't fully agree with the total sentiment of this. I personally think that if you're looking just one card to one card, I think you might be right here. But if you're looking for like the higher optimization, or also if you value Priority Pass restaurant access, which we'll talk about towards the end of the episode, that those are kind of hard to come by nowadays, which is kind of crazy considering how many people I see actually use it. So I'm curious to, I wonder what cards they do have, because there aren't that many that still exist out there. But anyway, decent read here if you're deliberating between the two cards. And then finally, on the Bank of America front, there's a targeted offer for 2x rewards on all spend, in addition to your spend you already get from August 1st to September 30th for Bank of America cardholders. Apparently the limit is $100 on the bonus reward, and it's targeted. So if you didn't receive it, it looks like it was physical mailers. Next, we have some Bilt updates. Bilt announces their new Bilt Card 2.0 program, which is transitioning away from Wells Fargo. And they're moving to no one else but cardless. So I originally saw this on Reddit, but it's also covered by Doctor of Credit. They raised $250 million, ditching Wells Fargo and launching 3 new credit cards. Bilt has announced a funding round of $250 million and a valuation of almost $11 billion, which is crazy. As part of the deal, they've also announced that they will be ditching Wells Fargo as a card issuer partner and instead partnering with Cardless to launch Bilt 2.0. In total, there'll be 3 new cards: a no annual fee, a $95 annual fee, and a $4.95 annual fee. The cards will launch in 2066. We don't know exactly what the cards will look like benefits-wise, but they did send out a survey, and that survey is very reminiscent of this because the tiers are the same: 0 fee, 95 fee, 4.95 fee. It was rumored that Wells Fargo was losing $10 million a month on the Bilt card, so the change of card issue was not a surprise. The partnership with Wells Fargo was due to end in 2029, according to the Wall Street Journal. It was Wells Fargo that decided to exit the agreement. Bilt will also be expanding into mortgages, spending, student housing, and condos and HOAs. I know a lot of people get a lot of value out of the Bilt card. I know I have a lot of friends that use it. I think Wells Fargo may have underestimated the client that would be using this card. I think it's mostly like savvy people, at least maybe I'm ignorant and stuck in a bubble, but people that I know that have the card are a bit gamey on it. They only use it when it's the best card for it, and they have other cards that are their top of wallet card, and Bilt is there just to pay rent and to catch a few extra expenses to get the Bilt rewards for their rent purchases. I believe that's it for Bilt. Next, we have Barclay. Barclay's doing a targeted spend bonus for 5x on groceries and 4x on drugstores. Specifically on the JetBlue card, 10x points on JetBlue vacations and Paisley purchases up from 6, 5x on groceries up from 2, and 4x on gas and dining purchases up from 1. Dr. Credit isn't sure if this is only on JetBlue cards or other cards as well, and also seems to be targeted. Next, Barclays is also discontinuing their American Airlines card on September 30th. According to a Reddit user in a now deleted post, the Barclays American Airlines card will be discontinued to signups on September 30th. Their sources for this information is from apparently their brother works as a FA for the airline and sent me a screenshot of the internal comms. If it's true, this will be confirmed sooner than later. The public sign-up bonus is 50,000 points, but it's possible to get 70,000 points by calling this number. So if you value American Airlines points and you'd like to get this card before it's no longer offered just to get the sign-up bonus, now is a pretty good time. It sounds like you should call in this particular number to get 70K. You may need a promo code for it. Unsure. All right, next we have a bunch of American Express updates. First, American Express is opening a lounge in Tokyo in the Haneda Airport, and it actually has opened as of July 15th with within Terminal 3, 7,352 square feet. Normally, the international Centurion lounges aren't as good as the ones found in the United States, and I'm slightly worried about the size of this lounge, but have extra opinions is always a good thing. What? Having extra options is always a good thing. I'm surprised to hear that the lounges are worth outside of the United States. I guess that makes sense considering they're American Express and they're not great like in terms of acceptance outside of the US. So I guess that shouldn't come as a surprise to me. Next, in the vein of lounges, American Express opened new sidecar by Centurion Lounge at Harry Reid International Airport, LAS. American Express announced that a new lounge called a sidecar by Centurion Lounge, the first one that we opened at LAS, as I mentioned, it's described as an intermediate airport lounge, but as far as I can see, the size of the lounge has not been announced. You'll only be able to access the lounge 90 minutes before the flight departs, and designed for a quick bite or drink to eat. Sounds like the Capital One lounges have a little area where there's just exclusively takeout items, which I think is a great idea. And I'm personally into additional lounges, and even if it's not a lounge, just additional benefits where you can just grab and go stuff. I have to imagine that American Express and card issuers would like this because they don't have to pay wait staff to wait on people, or not even wait staff, but like a bar staff. You'll spend less in alcohol because people won't be there drinking. You don't need to get a large space. You just need to have food prepped, and people will be happy to have the benefit. A few Delta things I'm going to rattle through. Up to $200 in credits for American Express Delta card holders. Delta is offering some American Express Delta card holders up to $200 in credits, 50 e-credit for your first trip, 50 for the second one, and 100 for the third. So people are getting errors. Sometimes it looks like it's targeted, so your mileage may vary. I don't have a Delta card to try myself. Next, American Express Delta offers up to 125,000 miles, no lifetime language. I got an email with a new link opening incognito for no lifetime language. It shows all the increased offers even a bit higher this time. Your mileage may vary. Check your email for Delta Airlines at o.delta.com, or try the link and see if it works. There's the personal Delta Gold for 70K with 3K in 6 months. The personal Delta Platinum, 100K for 5K in 6 months. Personal Delta Reserve, 100K for 6K in 6 months. The rest are business. There's Delta Gold for 90K, 4K in 6 months. The Delta Platinum for 110K for 6K in 6 months. The Delta Platinum Reserve for the Delta Reserve for 125K for 10K in 6 months. Let's see if I'm able to view the offer. Let's see. Comparing 50K. Mine are a little lower. But I don't have the VPN on, so it could just be that. But take a look if you're in the market for a Delta card, especially a no lifetime language card. Continuing, I think I already covered this. Yeah, American Express Delta offer up to 110,000 miles for the personal card. All of the personal offers are bank. I was able to pull them, or back. I was able to pull them incognito with this link with no issue. Let's see if I can pull them with no issue. I don't see 110K. 110K. Yeah, I don't see it. Again, could just be VPN things. All right, next. Amex improves the Disney streaming credit for Blue cards, specifically the American Express Blue Cash Reserve, or Blue Cash Everyday and Blue Cash Preferred. The Blue Cash Preferred now includes a $10 monthly credit for Disney Plus, Hulu Plus, or ESPN, which gives it half the value of the Platinum Entertainment credits, because the Platinum Entertainment credits are $20 per month. The Blue Clash Everyday maintains a $7 monthly credit, but also expands the streaming options to Disney Plus, Hulu Plus, and ESPN Plus. It's always nice to see new options being added. Good thing to note. The expansion, according to LBoss 9001, the quote expansion is already how the credit works. They seem to just clarify the terms. I've been getting the credit for ESPN Plus only since I put it on my Blue Cash every day in May. The Blue Cash Preferred increase is still pretty big. True. Next, American Express has a increased transfer bonus offer for an extra 20% to Marriott. Looks like it's for some card members for getting targeted 20% additional points when transferring over to Marriott. According to Deductive Credit, this is valid until, it says here, until the end of last year. So don't know when it's actually valid until. But previously, we've seen 35% in November to December of last year. It says November to December of this year. But again, that hasn't happened yet, so that can't be true. 20% is the lowest that they could do. Sometimes they do 30, sometimes they do 40, sometimes they do 25, sometimes they do 35. Highest they've ever done is 50%, but that does not look like it has happened in a long time. It's been like since 2019. Next, American Express is reducing transfer rate to Emirates to 5-4, currently 1-1, starting September 16th, which stinks. Citi will also reduce their transfer rate from 1 to 0.8 from 1-1 on 7/27. Chase paused transfers at one stage, and so did Bilt. I don't know what they mean by one stage. They mean it's back. It looks like it did return eventually, but it was gone for a little bit. Next, just a quick data point. The Hilton Aspire travel credit still works for United Travel Bank. So you can, I think it's $50 per quarter per year. I can't remember. But you can just load United Travel Bank with your Aspire card and get that directly credited. Easy way to use it. And then finally, there's a new card, the Rakuten American Express card. This should have been under new cards technically, but I put it under American Express. With extra earnings on Rakuten shopping and dining. You have no annual fee, $25 sign-up bonus when you spend 590 days. There's no foreign transaction fees in the card. You earn an extra 4% on top of what you're already earning inside of the Rakuten shopping portal. But this is limited to $7,000 of spend on the credit card per calendar year and 1% afterwards. There's an extra 5% on top of the 5% you already earn with Rakuten Dining. And I don't really know what Rakuten Dining is. That would be a total of 10% off because you already get 5% from Rakuten themselves. 2% off grocery and restaurants, and 1% on all other purchases. This doesn't seem great, but you can convert it to membership rewards points. So if you really value membership rewards points and use Rakuten a lot and think an extra 4% for $7,000 spend in a year is worth it, that would be $7,000 times 0.04. $280 in a year is worth it, then go for it. But I personally don't think it is. It is a metal card, though, so that's kind of cute. All right, next, whole slew of Chase things. So we have a Chase Airplane card, has a sign-up bonus of 85,000 points when you spend $4,000 in 3 months. The card has a $95 annual fee. Pay yourself back on travel for 1.25 cents per point. 3x on groceries and dining, including delivery services, and with Air Canada directly, 1x on all other purchases. 500 point bonus every 2K spend up to 1,500 points. Airplane 25K status for the remainder of the year, and the next year that you spend 15K spend per year to maintain the status. First check bag for free and up to 8 companions in Air Canada, and then a whole other normal stuff. The highest we've seen is 100,000 points in the past, but it always has $20,000 spend requirement. Next, Chase Teen and College Checking, $125 bonus, no direct deposit required. It went from $100 to $125. You can fund with debit card for $50. You don't enroll in paper statements, complete 10 qualifying transactions, which include debit card purchases, just like normal transactions in the account. And then you get $125. Not bad for a teen and college account. There's another college account coming up here too. That's like a free $100. List of all the Chase cards, pay yourself back categories: Airplane, Southwest, United, Marriott. This was updated because Airplane was added select department stores and select utilities at 0.8 cents per point. Not going to read each one of these, but that's the change there. Chase Dining is ending. So October 26th, the Chase Dining storefront in United Rewards will be decommissioned, and Chase card holders will only be able to redeem points towards prepaid restaurant reservations or earn 10x points for each $1 spent on Chase Dining purchases. Didn't even know it was a thing. Chase, I remember this back with Talk in 2020. Chase partnered with Talk in 2020 to power this, and American Express purchased Talk in 2024, so not a huge surprise. Yeah, I remember talking about that, specifically the acquisition. Next, the Chase Southwest personal card has 100,000 points with $4,000 spend in 5 months. Offer valid through September 17th. For card details, the card's been refreshed, I believe. Annual fees are not waived for the first year. Annual fees have increased. Plus is $99. Premier is $149, and Priority is $229. Card earns the following rates: 2, 3, 4 points for Plus, Premier, Priority for every $1 spent on Southwest purchases. 2x points on every dollar you spend on Rapid Rewards and hotel and car partners. 2x points per $1 on local transit and commuting, including rideshare. 2x points on $1 spent on internet, cable, phone service, and select streaming. 1x points for everything else. Special rates on specific cards include Plus gets 2x on gas stations and grocery stores for the first $5,000 in a combined year. Premier gets 2x at grocery stores and restaurants in the first $8K in a year, and Priority gets 2x on gas stations and restaurants without a cap. You get your first checked bag free. Card members get an additional 8 passengers in the same reservation can get their checked bag for free at no additional costs. Since Southwest is no longer offering free checked bags for everyone, they added as a benefit for cardholders. No foreign transaction fees on all 3 cards. Card holders add up to 8 cards in reservation, giving them 5 early access boarding on overhead bins. Seat selections within 48 hours prior to departure when available. The Plus card is for standard seat for Premier and Priority, and for both business cards, it's standard or preferred. 25% back on in-flight purchases. The Plus and Premier card gets 2 early bird check-ins per year. Premier card gets 15% flight discounts each year on the card member anniversary. Premier and Priority earn 1,500 tier points towards A-list status for 10K spend with no limit on the amount of TQP you can earn. All right, I'm not reading this anymore. There's a lot here. I've heard this is the best sign-up bonus we've seen on the personal cards for Chase Southwest cards. This is the best bonus we've seen in the past was 8,500. It's now 100K. This offer is also available with referral links. Old referral links show offer not available and reroute you to the new offer. I'm not certain that the referral links track in that case. Let us know if you have an experience. Regardless, don't share links in the comments. On Discord, you can always share a referral link. Dr. Creed goes on to say, I like the long 5 months to meet the spend requirement. This makes it easier and can also potentially help for timing the Southwest Companion Pass. We'll add this to our best list. And before applying, check out the 26 things everyone should know about Chase cards. I guess not a surprise to see annual fees increasing. I mean, they're just kind of increasing abroad, everywhere. I'm curious to see if y'all think that these are beneficial additions to the card. Let's see. Is this just a repeat? Yeah, this is showing the change in annual fee change. Southwest cards increased annual fee and revamped card benefits. So the Plus went from $69 to $99. The Premier went from $99 to $149. The Priority went from $149 to $229. The Business Pure went from $99 to $149, and the Business Performance went from $199 to $299. There were some benefits removed. No more $75 travel credit on Priority card. The $500 fee credit for point transfer per year is gone. For upgrade boarding per year when available is gone, and in-flight Wi-Fi credits are gone. But you got free check bag, no foreign transaction fees, up to 5 earlier access bins for card members that add passengers to their itinerary. Seat selection with 48 hours to departure when available, and a whole bunch of other ones. Definitely check out Dr. Credit's post. They outline it pretty clearly. JP Morgan Chase to start charging fintechs for the API calls. So this is interesting. In a linked internal memo seen by CNBC, JP Morgan Chase stated that it would begin charging middlemen for access to API calls. So this is people like Plaid. They cite that 1.89 1.9 billion data requests from middlemen hit their systems in June, and only 30% were initiated by the customer. Other requests were used to prevent fraud, help fintechs improve their products, or harvest data for sale. Plaid is said to account for 1.09 billion of these requests. Plaid is kind of crazy. Like, if you attach your account to, like, what are some of the big ones? I always think of Mint, but Mint's gone. Like Rocket Money, or I think Monify is one of them. Like, these apps that like track your spend, they're constantly pinging, like Chase, for example, for information on your card. Basically, give us all your data and we'll do your job for you. And JP Morgan Chase is apparently going to start charging for those API calls. They're currently in discussion with these fintechs and middlemen, and say that charging could begin as early as October. I think it's sensible for middle ground should be able to reach. I think some middle ground should be reached here, with fintechs not having to pay for requests that are either custom initiated or designed to prevent fraud from having to pay requests that harvest data or help improve their own products. This is sort of similar to like Reddit started charging for their API calls, specifically for like third-party applications. So like, instead of me interacting with Reddit directly, I can interact with Reddit through a different client that I prefer. I prefer Relay for Reddit, but now Relay for Reddit's development team has to fork over this fee for API calls, so now they just toss it on to consumer and be like, hey, if you like our product, pay for the fees that we have to pay for to give you service. I assume you're just going to see hikes in the fees for your linking account, like fintech app stuff. Also, JP Morgan is nearing a deal for the Apple credit card program, which is like crazy. I mean, they've like tried to find bidders and suitors everywhere. They want to get rid of, Goldman Sachs wants to get rid of Apple. Apple has some pretty strict requirements, like little to no fees, higher than normal revenue share, less stringent approval process. They also want like the card to always close on the last day of the month and then start on the new day of the month, which is annoying because months are different sizes. So like, you can't be like, oh, it ends on the 30th, because 30th has September, April, June, and November, all the rest of 31, except February was the 28th assigned, and which leap year gives us 29. Sorry, it's the only way for me to, I had to get that out. So we'll see if Chase actually goes through with it. Next, we have JP Morgan Chase and Coinbase to partner in order for you to be able to buy crypto with your Chase Ultimate Rewards, which is crazy. You're able to purchase cryptocurrency using your Chase cards. This will be treated as a cash advance and incur cash advance fees. Link Chase bank accounts directly to Coinbase and transfer Chase Ultimate Rewards points to USDC on Coinbase. Kind of nuts. I'm curious to see what comes of this. It's the first time I've seen anything like this. I think they're the first issuer to like have a direct partnership with a crypto exchange. Like, Coinbase is working with Cardless to issue their credit card, but they're not a bank. So I guess this is the first bank I'm seeing directly assimilate with crypto exchanges. Some additional details. This is from the Wolf of All Street on Twitter. They say direct bank to wallet connection through JP Morgan's secure API. Chase customers will be able to seamlessly link their bank accounts to Coinbase. I mean, they can already do that with Plaid, but I guess if you don't want to go through Plaid, transfer ultimate Chase rewards points. Chase customers will be able to transfer the ultimate rewards points to their Coinbase account to a 1-to-1 redemption ratio. 100 points equals $1 in redemption value. This is the first time a major credit card rewards program will be able to use to fund a crypto wallet. Beginning this fall, the ability to use Chase credit cards on Coinbase. For the first time, cardholders will be able to fund their Coinbase accounts using Chase credit cards. That's the one I'm curious about. I mean, I can already see ripe real estate if you can rip your credit balance to buy crypto. Next, there's a rumor that Chase is going to increase the Chase Sapphire preferred annual fee to $150. Wouldn't be surprised. It goes in accordance with the Chase Sapphire Reserve going to $795. Curious to see if they add any more benefits, because the benefits stay the same and they just hike the price. No one would like that, obviously. Next, in Chase World, we have a few things on the edit. So the edit is the Chase Sapphire Reserve's like extra benefit that's specifically for their elite hotel stays. And I've heard some data points both from the Discord and online, including this Reddit post by Humbertov, that they're not great offers available. Both the edit credit and travel credit apply to the end booking paid with a mix of points and cash. So actually, I should step back first. The first one is just someone sharing their data point. So June 26th, they paid for 2 nights stay at an edit hotel in November. Total was $858, redeeming 24,000 points at 2 cents per point boost. Billed $367 in cash. The charge of $367 cash showed up the day later as a pending transaction. Then on the 29th, the $367 is posted with a transaction date of 6/27, so 2 days later. And a $300 travel credit also posted instantly with the same transaction and posted dates. Note at this time I did not see the edit credit as either pending or posted. There's a weird part on June 29th and 30th. I could not see the edit credit either pending or posted. However, I could see that the benefit tracker on the mobile site showed that the credit was used. And on July 1st, the $250, the edit credit is now available to me and post with a transaction date of 6/29 and post date of 6/30. So they double dipped, right? They used the $300 travel credit and the $250, the edit credit, to go towards their purchase of $367. So they paid for the flight. They paid for the hotel with 2 cents per point redemption for their ultimate rewards, which is better than we've had before, directly redeeming for points. And their leftover charge of $367 was credited $250 for the travel credit and the edit credit. So that's nice. Also, like I said, I've heard reports from Bozkin. I never pronounced your name on the Discord, I don't think, unless you're somebody I pronounced just today. Boaz, yeah, I think that's you. Welcome. They validated that there are elevated redemptions showing up for 2 cents per point when purchasing on the Chase Travel Portal with points with the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. So that's nice. And then next, I think we have. Didn't I see a negative report for this? No, am I crazy? Apparently not. I thought I read somewhere that I saw people seeing the edit hotels have a higher price point on the Chase portal than just on a normal portal. So definitely do some shopping and make sure that it still makes sense for you. Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business joins the Chase Inc. referral family. So the new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business card has joined the family of Inc. Business card referrals. If you have any Inc. card, you can now refer a friend to any of the Chase Ultimate Rewards business cards. So that's kind of great. You can get your referral bonus for Chase Sapphire Reserve Business if you're interested in that. Next, RIP, Chase Business Card referrals only for new Chase Business Card customers, effective October 7th. Chase offers a referral program when referring a friend to a personal or business Chase card. Beginning October 7th, 2025, there is a change for business referrals. The referral will no longer get a bonus if the friend will only get a bonus if the friend is a new Chase Business Card. I know this before was super lucrative because you can just like refer P1 and P2 back and forth on new cards and you just get more and more bonuses. But now that should be gone. According to Dr. Credit, it sounds to me that the friend would have to have a current open Chase Business Card to be excluded. If the friend once had a Chase Business Card and no longer holds any, then the referral would likely be eligible for the referral bonus. If the friend has a Chase Business checking or savings account, that should not exclude them, as only business credit card holders are mentioned in the exclusion. Again, none of this affects the sign-up bonuses for new businesses or members. It also does not affect the referral bonus on the Chase personal cards. And for now, it appears only this is affecting the Chase Ultimate Rewards business cards, not co-branded business cards. So kind of negative change, but at least you have until October, and at least you can close the card and then get the bonus again. Next, the Chase Disney Premier Credit Card has a sign-up bonus up to $400 now. I think it's the highest that I've seen. Sign up for the Premier version of the Disney credit card and receive a $400 bonus after spending $1,000 in the first 3 months. The $49 annual fee is not waived for the first year. Previous best was $300 to take a 524 slot, and you have to pay the annual fee, which really makes it a 351 bonus. Might be tempting for someone, especially if you can't get Chase Sapphire Preferred, Chase Sapphire Reserve now, if you're valuing cash bonuses highly. Okay. Next, we had some rumors around the Ritz-Carlton annual fee going up to $695. I don't think I could find. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Ritz. Pretty sure Dr. Credit shared that the annual fee is not going up. Yeah, false rumor. Chase Ritz-Carlton credit card annual fee will increase to $695, adds benefits effective August 1st. Multiple sources have heard from Chase representatives that the rumor is false and there's no planned increase to the annual fee. So I'm not even going to talk about what the rumors were. Let me just write this down. False rumors. That's funny because most rumors we've seen recently have been true. So I'm curious to see if this like was planned and then it got out and then people are like, oh, you don't like it? All right, we'll cancel it. Next, Dr. Credit shares how to get 2 years of Southwest Companion Pass with the new 100K credit card sign-up bonus. Let me see if I can read this and give you a quick lowdown of how to do it. There's too much here to summarize real quickly, but there's links in the show notes. Essentially, you can get the Companion Pass for 2 years if you time your spend right, and then you get an additional 25,000 points at the end of having the card to get you over the threshold to get enough points for the Companion Pass, which is 135,000 points. You can just open up another card to get it or get some multipliers or use some shopping portals or something. All right, next, I think is our last Chase thing. Chase Marriott Bonvoy Boundless 5 free night certificates bonus, up to 50,000 points per each. The deal has ended. It was live until July 17th. So I'll just keep moving. Sorry for the annoying air. This is pretty timely. City Shop Day, August 5th. Earn 20x points on select merches. Here's a list of the merch you can earn 20x on. Kohl's, Best Buy, StubHub, Lowe's, Macy's, Sephora, Bloomingdale's, Petco, Nike, Anthropologie, eBay, L.O. Bean, Shark, Bed Bath & Beyond, Le Creuset, I think it's Le Creuset, not Creuset, and Ulta Beauty. Ulta Beauty. They do have some explicit exclusions from this. I think Best Buy like doesn't include like Switch or something. Also, I think you just use the card. Enroll in the City credit card and the City Shop extension on the browser or iOS. Activate offers while shopping online. See the savings. I assume you should not have ad blockers turned on, so make sure you have them turned off. Next, this is the City section. Should have called that out. Shop Your Way. So I got in just in time because Shop Your Way is now gone. The application link is gone. The City Shop Your Way card is no longer on the retail site. Looks like they kind of closed it off, which is sad to see. I'm personally still working on the sign-up bonus. I believe I have qualified for the sign-up bonus. It comes through in as statement credits of $75 up to $225 for spending 3 times of $500. And it comes through a statement credit when your statement closes. So I did less than 1,000 for my first statement close, and I got $75. Now I have the other 2 that should post at the end of this statement, which I think is in a few days. I haven't received any offers yet, like the City Shop Your Way offers. Those seem to be targeted a few months, like maybe 6 months after opening the account. So hopefully I still get them. Also, I think I covered this later, but yeah, Best Buy seems to also get these Shop Your Way offers. Hat tip to Ray on Discord. So if you do have that card, keep an eye out and see if you get these targeted offers as well. And then finally, hat tip to Packer Fan. The Shop Your Way card has like the shopyourway.com, and then there's the Shop Your Way like credit card portal. And I had 2 accounts. I had my points on my credit card portal and the points on my retail Shop Your Way account. So they shared with me that I had to specifically email Shop Your Way to get that to work, like to get them merged. Let me see if I can get the email real quick. I'll put it in the show notes. The email is sywsolutions@syw.com. It's in the show notes if you need it. Cool. Now they're merged, so I can see all my points together. Also, points are, I think, worth like 0.1 cents per point or something, because I have like 27,000 points. It's worth $27. So, woo. Next, the City Strata Elite is here, and it is basically what the leaks said they were. Also, along with it, City Strata Premier, City Strata Elite, City Strata cards, and the Prestige card can now transfer to American Airlines 1-to-1, which is huge. You can now transfer City Thank You points 1-to-1 to American Airlines. Also, transfers are instant. So keep that in mind. Could make cards much more valuable to you. The City Strata Elite, here we go. 80,000 point bonus, $600 annual fee, $300 hotel, and $200 splurge credit. There seems to be a 100,000 points offer if you go into city branches. Seems like it may end at the end of August. There were some reports it ends at the end of July, but it sounds like it might be till the end of August. So the card, let's talk the details here. Huh? $5.95 annual fee, $75 for each authorized user, $145 annual fee discount if you have a City Gold or private client relationship with the bank, which is $200,000 or more. City private clients get the entire $5.95 fee waived for the first year. City private clients, I think, are a lot of money. Oh, it's the 200K plus. Cool. No foreign transaction fees. The card is MasterCard. It's the first world legendary MasterCard, which we'll talk about later. But it's like the different tiers. So Visa has like Visa Signature, Visa Infinite, which is their highest. I think it's their highest. And then World, and the MasterCard is the World Elite, now World Legend, which is their highest, which just means the higher they go, the more interchange that the merchant pays and the better benefits the card has. So specifically the benefits on this, and by benefits I mean like MasterCard benefits, so like trip insurance, lost luggage insurance, stuff like that. That's through the network the card's on, like MasterCard, Visa, Discover, and American Express. These benefits, like the $300 annual hotel benefit I'm going to talk about, is specifically from Citi, not from MasterCard. So as I mentioned, $300 hotel annual benefit. Each calendar year, enjoy $300 off of your hotel stay of 2 nights or more when you travel through citytravel.com. I have to imagine that portal's horrible. $200 splurge credit, which is annual. Every calendar year, from January 1st to December 31st. Thanks for specifying that. That is a calendar. Earn up to $200 in statement credits on your choice of up to 2 of the following brands. First Dibs, American Airlines, Best Buy, Future Personal Training, and Live Nation. Remember to activate 2 splurge merchants. $200 annual Blackline credit. Each calendar year, earn up to $2 in credit card in statement credits when you book with Blackline, a premium gold chauffeur service. Earn up to $100 on Blackline purchases. That sounds useless. It's biannual, so $100 twice a year. Priority Pass select membership. No restaurant access. And I don't know if we're authorized user. I feel like I will. We'll talk about it later in the Priority Pass section. American Airlines Admiral Club Lounge Access Passes. Each year, receive 4 Admiral Club City Strata Elite Passes for access to nearly 50 Admiral Clubs over $300 in value. Inside each of the nearly 50 lounges, you can enjoy a selection of stacks, complimentary cocktails, personal travel assistance, and more. I haven't seen too many of these. I'm curious how they are. And then global entry or TSA pre-check credits. Points earning, 12x points on hotel, car rentals, and attractions booked at citytravel.com, which is higher than I've seen elsewhere. 6x points on dollars spent on air travel booked on citytravel.com. 6x points on dollars spent at restaurants in city nights purchases, CITI nights purchases, which are Friday and Saturday from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. So like nights out, I guess, which is like, it's sad that that's what's becoming innovative about credit card rewards is like, oh, you get extra points for making a purchase within a particular time of the week, huh? Otherwise, it's 3x points on restaurants any other time, and then 1.5 points on everything else. The details are pretty much what the rumor stated. The sign-up bonus of 100K, I think, is worth it, at least for the first year. So 100K minus the 600, that's 400. Then add back the at least $200 annual splurge credit. You can just buy gift cards at Best Buy. So that's $600 in value. And then if you stay at a hotel once in a year, that's $900 in value. I don't really know what the Black Lane credit's going to be useful for. And maybe you will get use out of the lounge access. So $900 for 1 year, I would go for it. I don't think I get approved, but it's always nice to see new cards in the space. As I mentioned earlier, Citi has no plans to discontinue the Prestige card, so if you have it, you can keep it. People were saying that it was going to be discontinued because the Strata Elite was going to replace it, but it's still around. And you can't even product change to it. So, interesting they're letting it kick around. The Citi Strata card is live. It has no annual fee, 30K points when you spend 1K in 3 months, 5X points on hotel, car rentals, and attraction booked on citytravel.com, which is kind of crazy that everyone's just doing like 5X on their own portal with no annual fee. Like, That's pretty good. 3x points on supermarkets, 3x points on select travel and gas and EV stations, 3x points on self-selected category of choice, which can include, we don't list it here. Really, Dr. Credit? You don't list it? Hold on, let me go find it. These categories include fitness clubs, select streaming services, live entertainment, cosmetic stores, barbershops, hair salon, and pet supply stores. And you get 0% interest APR for a little bit. Pretty good for a no annual fee card, honestly. It sounds like was it the Premier that earns 3x a lot? But that had a 95 fee, so this seems better. Ending soon, the City Advantage Executive 100K mile offer. Site with affiliate links are saying this is ending soon, but don't have a provided date. 100K points for spending 10K in 3 months. That's a lot. City announced to Strata Elite Card Premier set to launch in Q3 of 2025. Yep, we already went over that. All right, moving on to US Bank. I've never seen a bank have so many blunders in such a short period of time. Everyone knew that the Smartly card wasn't going to last. And US Bank finally caught on and is now, not only did they nerf new applications, but they're now nerfing all existing cardholders. What's interesting is it seems like they sent out a few different mailers. So some people got a mailer saying that they'll continue to earn 2% cash back with no cap. The way in which you earn Smartly earning bonus will be updated as follows. Earn additional 2% cash back on your first $10,000 in eligible net purchases each billing cycle when paired with U.S. Bank Smartly savings account plus qualifying balances U.S. Bank Smartly checking and or safe debit accounts. So the first part of that is the old accounts you were able to be eligible for the 100K plus the 3 tiers that they have by having money in a brokerage. But now some people are getting mailers saying that you have to have it in a savings or a checking account. The tiers are still the same, 2.5% for 10 to 50K, 3% for 50 to 100K, and then 4% for 100K plus. And in addition, they are adding a cap of $10,000 per billing cycle, which is pretty high. But they're also excluding some categories such as education, school, gift cards, insurance, and tax, business-to-business transactions like advertising services, construction material, and transactions using third-party bill payment services. That sounds like PayPal to me, but a lot of times that isn't really enforced because, I don't know why they wouldn't let you just use PayPal. Some other people are receiving mailers that say they can still qualify by using the investment accounts. So another mailer that came out says purchases used billing cycle paired with the U.S. Smartly bank account and average daily combined qualifying balances of U.S. bank deposits, trust, or investment accounts with 100K in qualifying balances required for total of 4% cash back. So some people are getting it, some people are not. I'm curious to see if there's a correlation between how hard someone hit that 4% category and if they got favorable terms or not favorable terms. And then just to make matters worse for U.S. Bank, they decided to screw all of our customers. They're also nerfing their Altitude Reserve card. So previously, the card is no longer available for applications since the Smartly card came out. I'm pretty sure that's true. But previously, you could redeem points for 1.5 cents per point instead of 1 cent per point for travel. That's going away. Also, you got a 325 annual credit for travel, and now that can only be used, or it was for traveling dining purchases prior, and now it's only for travel on the travel center. So a very negative change. This card, people are saying, was the best card that was out, and they're so glad they had it, and now it's no longer here. But in good news, you can now close your credit cards via chat with US Bank. So if these changes are so negative to you, you just want to just nuke everything, you can just message them and get the heck out. All right, we're out of the big boys for credit cards. Moving on to Fidelity. They removed the $25 minimum redemption value, and they also, I believe, got a new card design. So those are nice changes. Next, Venmo is removing Costco from the grocery category and is now in the other category. I'm starting to think that this was purely because of all of the Costco Gold purchases that were happening, because this was a Visa card. I believe the Costco card's a Visa card. I'm pretty sure. It was a Visa card that could work at Costco and earn 3%, and it wasn't capped. And now they're like, oh, damn, Costco's really hammering us in the grocery category. Let's move it to other, so it's only earning 1%. That's my tinfoil hat theory. Next, another nerf. The Alien Visa Signature is moving from 2.5% cash back to 1.6% cash back. First reported by Fire8 on Reddit. That's where I saw it, at least. And then Dr. Credit shared it. Effective September 1st. Effective September 1st, the card will earn a flat 1.6% cash back on all purchases. A crazy change. The card was originally 2.5% unlimited, and then it was 2.5% on 10K purchases each month, and then 1.5K afterwards, and then 1.6% on everything going forward. We hate nerfs. Next, just a small sign-up bonus that Dr. Credit highlighted. The State Department Federal Credit Union is offering 3% cash back on all purchases for 3 months. This is in honor of their 90 years of service. Sounds like this is sent out to everybody, but maybe not. Oh, no, it's for existing cardholders. Excuse me. That's nice. It's nice to get 3% everywhere for a few months and turn it into your daily driver. Yeah, I agree. We love seeing that. That's why credit unions are better than big banks. Next, there's a 15% boost to redemptions for Discover for when redeeming for Apple gift cards for your Discover points. Nice. And next, as I alluded to earlier, this MasterCard World Legend card, they add it to their lineup. The card rounds out the portfolio of cards World Elite, and now World Legend MasterCard. They also announced the unveiling of a new suite of elevated benefits, the MasterCard collection, across its World Elite and newly created World Legendary MasterCard, the World Legend MasterCard. Benefits include priority reservations at sought-after restaurants, premium seating for in-demand music and sporting events, fast-track security lanes at over 30 airports, and access to more than 1,350 airport lounges. This is like their competitor to the Visa Infinite. Not much else to go over there, to be honest. Next, final thing for the credit card category, the Synchrony Virgin Red Card has their 60,000 point bonus back for spending $3K in the first 3 months. I think I've talked about this before, but it's nice to see it coming back. All right. Next, we just got some generic deals. Mint Mobile is doing 12 months unlimited for $180. You can also stack a $10 shopping portal. This is only for new users. But I personally have Mint Mobile and I love it. I just use the 5 gig per month. I think I spend like $200 a year on my cell service. I have no issues with dropped calls or anything. My texts always go through. I always get decent data. I do live near Boston. Sometimes if I'm like at a big sporting event, I can't use my phone super well, but that's like for data, but I can always make phone calls. So keep that in mind. Next, there were a whole slew of lightning deals for DoorDash's Summer of Dash Pass. So I'll go through the ones that I used. To start, where'd it go? To start, there was 15% off of gift cards for DoorDash, Lyft, Sheets, Wayfair, and more. I'm not sure if this is still working, to be honest with you, but this was effective August 1st, and it seemed targeted. You can get 50% off a bunch of gift cards at DoorDash. DoorDash sells gift cards. If you like search gift card, they have like a gift card e-store, and you can get gift cards there. Who knew? Next, DoorDash is giving 35% off of tech from Best Buy, including headphones, laptops, tablets, and headphones, laptops, and tablets. You can get AirPods for a 4-pack for $63. I went through and I got AirPods. They're great for Christmas gifts. I ordered, let's see if I can find my screenshot. I actually got it for $58.24. I had no delivery fee, no service fee because I chose like a slow delivery. And also I used DoorDash credits, which are just DoorDash gift cards that I got for like 20% off. So really I got a 4-pack of AirTags for like $50. Pretty great deal. Also, they had a 50% off of grocery orders when you add sunscreen to your order, up to $30 off. Also, the Chase Freedom cards, all Chase cards now come with a quarterly Chase benefit, at the least quarterly, and it's $10 for groceries. So that's stacked as well. So I was able to order a bunch of groceries for all-included delivery and everything for $28, including a tip. So if you find those things lucrative, these small little nice timely benefits, like these are only valid for a day. So I send a little notification on Discord, or not Discord, on Patreon. It starts off at as little as $1 to get these, and you'll just get Patreon notifications when I see a deal that I think is worth sharing out to the masses. I don't like being noisy, so I only send things that I think are valuable. And I started to chat on Discord to see if people will find them useful. Like the 15% off on gift cards, that one I asked in the Discord, and they were like, yeah, this you should share. So I went ahead and shared it. Next, we're into sign-on bonuses. Oh, no, excuse me. There's a few things I missed here. Yeah, we are on sign-on bonuses, but we're a little out of sorts here. So deals and sign-on bonuses kind of blending together. Alliant is offering $200 checking bonus with a potential stack of $150 in Rakuten. I was able to get the Rakuten offers, so definitely go for the offer if they're offering $200 for a checking bonus. The Rakuten paid out super quick. Next, there you can get 5 months of free Uber One membership when you just switch to PayPal in your Uber Eats. So if you go to Uber Eats, then go to Wallet, then scroll down until you see there's a bunch of offers at the bottom. One of them will say PayPal Uber One offer. This won't work if you currently have a Uber One active subscription, but you can either cancel it or wait until it ends and then sign up for it. I think mine ends like next month, so I'm going to check back then. I set a reminder to take a look. This is in addition to the free 6-month trial the Apple Card holders used. So that's what I currently have. Next, we have OnPath Credit Union is offering a checking referral of $150 plus 7% interest on up to $10,000. So you can check deductive credits for a dedicated referral page. It also might be on Swagbucks as well for $40, but $150 plus 70% on $10,000 is pretty great. Next, Basque Bank has a checking bonus of $200 with no direct deposit required. They seem to not be check sensitive. There's no credit card funding, but this one's kind of annoying because you get $25 each month when the following qualifying activities are met. Complete one or more monthly qualifying automatic deposits to your account totaling $3,000 every month, mind you, or complete 10 or more monthly purchases totaling a minimum of $500 using your debit card. And then $50 each month, up to 4 payments of $50. Each of the following qualifying activities are met. You must enroll in the Basque Bill Center and create at least 2 Electric Basque Bill Center monthly payments from your checking account totaling a minimum of $50. Too convoluted for me to want to go for it. Next, we have New Jersey and Pennsylvania only. The Penn Community Bank for $400 checking bonus, direct deposit not required. Deals back for $400, and savings was not required, valid until 9/13. This is specifically to receive $1,500 in direct deposit or 20 or more debit cards that push to your account. I think I might have been out of footprint for this one. I think it's specific areas in New Jersey. Yeah, specific zip codes in Jersey. I think it was like Southwest, like sort of near Philly. So out of my footprint. Next, Ameriprise is offering $200 to $800 as a existing customer saving bonus, which you don't see too often, for specifically depositing different amounts. So if you deposit between 15 and 50K, you get $200. If you deposit 50K or more, you get $800. You probably need to keep the balance, maintain a daily balance greater than or equal to your balance on July 14th, plus at least $15,000 of new money through December 31st. You also earn 3% on the account as is, or 3.2% if you have more than 50K. So you get a total of 8% APY, which is pretty good. Next, we have Relay Financial Bank is offering $300 sign-up bonus for depositing $10K, and you must maintain it for 90 days. It works out to 12% APR for the 90 days for a total of 13% APR because they offer 1% already. Pretty decent bonus if you got the money to park somewhere. Next, PNC Business Options is offering $800 for 15K spend in 3 months, and it's a 1.5% cashback card with no annual fee, so you're getting $1,025 on 15K spend or a 6.8% return. So if you don't have anything else to go for, not a bad option. My browser tabs are finally getting smaller when I close them instead of just revealing ones from behind a fold, so that makes me happy. Barclay Wyndham spend offer. Get $25 to $75 statement credit with $250 to $750 spend on travel. Barclay sent out a spend offer to Wyndham cards for spending, as I explained. Valid from July until the end of September. So check to see if you received it. Check for email. Subject, travel more, earn more. Next, the Chase's great banking bonus of $900 for checking and savings has been extended until October 15th. If you have never done this or you're eligible, I would definitely go for this again. You receive a bonus when you get $300 in your total checking account. You get $300 in your checking account when you have a direct deposit within 90 days, any direct deposit, and then receive a $200 bonus when you open a Chase savings account and deposit $15K or more in the first 30 days and maintain it for 90 days, and you get an additional $400 when you get both. Pretty great offer. Excellent offer from Keypoint Credit Union, not sure if targeted. When your time is valuable, and so is your money. That's why we're offering an exclusive opportunity for select Keypoint members to earn $15,000 just by setting up direct deposit. Here's how it works. Earn $1,000 after 6 consecutive months of qualifying direct deposits and maintaining an average daily balance of $25,000 or more. Get an extra $500. Keep it going for another 600 months and earn even more. To qualify, set up monthly direct deposits totaling $6,000 or more. Maintain an average of a daily balance of $25,000 or more during the qualifying period. That's pretty great. I have Keypoint. Did not receive this offer. Sad, because I would have gone for it. Next, we have a pretty juicy offer from Webull. It matches the kind of Robinhood offer that happened before, but 2% brokerage transfer bonus plus a $100 bonus plus additional interest for having the account. So I'm personally going to be going for this. Dot Credit reports, this excellent offer is back through September 30th. This time it's only for new customers or those who have not signed up within the past 45 days. Wait, what? Is that true? Be sure to enroll first. The offer is slightly better this time around. 1, there's an extra $100 bonus when you make an additional 2K deposits. 2, the payout is a little faster than this time as it's paid in monthly installments. Also, you get 4% interest boost for 30 days on top of your regular solid interest rate for 30 days with Webull Premium, which is already 4%. So you just get a 2% match. It pays out monthly for 2 years. I thought it wasn't just for new accounts. That stinks. Because my plan was this month I'm qualifying for Bank of America Preferred Rewards Platinum Honors tier, and I was going to transfer all of it to Webull. And when you reach that in Bank of America, you get to keep the status for a year. So I'd have Platinum Honors for a year. I would lose it for a year, or if I somehow get another 100K into Bank of America by then, I could keep it and have it there. And then after 2 years at Webull, I can either keep my money there or withdraw it. But on 100K, that's $2,000, and I'm just going to leave the funds sitting there anyway. So we will reimburse up to $100 in transfer fees, and apparently they aren't great with transferring over cost basis. So you might have to manually get involved for that process correctly. I think mine did go over, but it doesn't matter actually because it was an IRA. So I don't have to worry about gains tax. Next is also a Moomoo brokerage for a triple stack sign up and transfer offer. Another bonus added that is now received 2 Met Suite tickets if you transfer over $50,000. Additionally, all other offers have been extended through September 2nd. This includes get a bonus 4% API on an uninvested cash for 90 days, up to $20,000 on top of the regular account, on top of the regular interest of 4%, so 8.1% total. Get 3% match of your first ACATS transfer. The match is limited to $20K in transfer, $600 max possible bonus. Or transfer in $5,000 via ACATS or Wire and get 60 free stocks. So you can do all 3 of those at once. Maybe I'll go for this one if I can't do the Webull, because I do have, I think, an extra 20K on top of my 100K. And it doesn't matter because I get to keep Platinum Honors for a year anyway. Next, I have my Live Oak bonus paid out for me. So it was a $300 bonus when you deposit 20K and keep it there for 60 days. So looking for my data point. Let's see where it is. I opened the account on April 14th of this year. April 15th, I initiated a funding for $20,000 and $20,001, and then July 10th, I got a $300 promotional credit. So nice. Bonuses are coming out pretty good for me this year. I think thus far I have like close to 4K in bank account sign-up bonuses. 2023 I had like 4.2K, and then 2024 I had like 6 point something K. That was a pretty good year for me. I think I had like, I don't remember. We'll have to review it later. Also, there's the end of year summary. I can link it in the show notes. Episode 55 was the 2024 review. So if you're interested in seeing my recap from last year, go take a look over there. All right, next, the Chase Business Checking Bonus I'm also going for. So this will be an additional $500 that should pay out for me. You have to deposit 10K in your account within 30 days and keep it for 60, as well as have 5 qualifying transactions within 90 days of your enrollment. That includes debit card purchases, ACH deposits, or I don't think withdrawals count, but ACH deposits. Super easy. I was looking for a business account anyway. I might close it because you have to maintain $2,000 to get no fee, but we'll see. Next, my Unibank bonus paid out. So I think this is my biggest bonus that I've ever received for one bank account. Let me go see if that's true. It's going to be hard to tell because I hide some of my cells, some of my rows. 750 seems to be the biggest, at least the ones of accounts that I currently have open. Another one was 673 from Current, but that I wound up winning like a Mr. Beast giveaway for $500. So let's shout out Mr. Beast. But the Unibank one was New Jersey only, and huge shout out to, I think it was Peak, right? Did Peak put me on this one? Yeah, I had to pick Peak in the Discord. So March 10th, I opened the direct deposit savings account and E by Unibank accounts. On the 11th, I had 2 initial deposits charged to my Bank of America Premium Rewards Elite card, which did not code as cash advance, both for $3,000. I talked about this in episode, I think, 58. I was referencing this before. Unibank. Let's see. Yep, episode 58. Let me link it here. See EP 58 for initial discussion. Because in there I had issues with the initial deposit for the account. Then on the 20th, March 20th, I had a real direct deposit of $2,001 into the E bank account. And then I withdrew it to $100 on the 31st. And then on April 3rd, I had a $2,500.01 real direct deposit to the direct deposit savings account. Then I lowered the balance to $300 on 4 days later, on April 7th. And then all the way August 1st of this year, so 3 days ago, at the time of recording, my $750 bonus payment credit to my account. So super lucrative. I don't think I would have gone for this without Peak bringing it up for me. So huge shout out to him. Thank you, or them. Thank you very much, Peak. Next, Belco is offering a $100 student checking bonus. The requirements are just open the account, be age 13 to 24, and receive the bonus. So super easy. Some people in the comments are saying you have to go into branch for this, but not sure if that's totally true. Next, Evolve Bank and Trust is finally shutting down. They also have a class action settlement of $20. I think I had an issue signing up for it myself, but we'll talk about their close down coming up in a little bit. Well, specifically Juno's shutdown, but definitely try and sign up and get your $20 from Evolve Bank and Trust. And then there's also a class action lawsuit against Hyundai, Kia, Mitsubishi over airbag control system, which can be $150 to $350. You're eligible if you own, leased, or owned or leased a hybrid Kia or Mitsubishi class in the United States. Specifically for Hyundai and Kia, it's vehicles from 2010 to 2023, and Mitsubishi, it's 2023 to 2017. You need to look up your VIN number to be eligible, and there's specific models. Let's see if my dad's Kia is involved in this. Kia, I forgot what he had. Yeah, he had the Kia Sportage, which is not included. But go take a look. For Hyundai and Kia cars that are non-recalled vehicles, you get $150. Interesting. Hyundai or Kia recalled vehicles, $350, and Mitsubishi, $250. So take a look. Your important filing dates are August 25th? No, last day to file claims, March 29th of 2027. Jeez, oh my God, you get 2 years. Presumably payouts won't be here for a long time. I got a postcard in the mail with this. I wonder if my dad got one. I don't know if he checks his mail that frequently. What is this? Oh, next was a shout out from Ray on the Discord again. Someone was talking about gift cards at CVS, because I've talked about CVS in the past for some pretty good value. And they sent a picture of a CVS gift card, and Ray was like, hey, that's a compromised gift card. Do not buy that. And then we went down a rabbit hole, or he went down a rabbit hole of discussing this Project Red Hook, which is like a conglomerate of Chinese crime syndicate that go around and add a sticker to the gift card. So when you go to check out at the register, you scan the sticker instead of the real gift card, and then they get your money. So keep an eye out. There's a link in the show notes from the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement about this. Get educated and make sure you're not getting caught. Next, that law that was for 1099 MISC and 1099 Ks, there was a change to loosen the tax forms. The new bill signed, the big beautiful bill, includes two little-known changes in tax reporting. One change is regarding a 1099 form and goes into effect 2025 and beyond, and the other is regarding 1099 MISC. The 1099K is only required to be issued for anyone who receives $20,000 or more in revenue and 200K plus in transactions. This is how it was all the years until a few years ago when they started changing it. Form 1099 MISC is only required to be issued for someone who receives payments of $2,000 instead of the prior threshold of $600, which we've had all the years. This begins in 2026 and affects tax forms for earning for small gigs, and the like. Note 1099 int reports requirement of $10 has not changed. That's the form used for interest earned from banks and what's usually set for banks for bonus reporting. Bank bonuses are typically 1099 MISC. Brokerage bonuses are typically 1099 MISC, and so those could be affected by the change and make the required reporting amount $2,000. That's pretty great. Let me step this back. Just because you didn't receive a 1099 form does not mean that you don't legally have to report that to the IRS. This is not tax advice. I'm not a tax advisor. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not nobody. Technically, if you earn it, you're supposed to report it. As far as I know, if the IRS does not receive a 1099, they're not aware of it. But again, I'm not a tax advisor. I report all of my income. I track mine on my own little spreadsheet, whether I get a 1099 or not. So that's what I do. All right, next, you no longer got to take your shoes off at TSA. This is like a rumor based on someone within TSA posting on a TikTok saying you don't have to take your shoes off anymore. I think it's like shoes and belts, right? Trevor's not to remove the shoes when going through TSA security. You do have to do belts still. You didn't have to do it for pre-check, but now no one has to anymore. And they quoted something that like, due to the new security, you don't have to do it anymore. It's no longer a threat. So cool. We're down to the other category, by the way. This is the end of this hour and 20-minute yap session. Kai on the Daily Churn was talking about mobile plans, cheap ways to get mobile phone numbers. And I think the cheapest one is Helium. Helium is actually a free offering where you have to enable tracking services for the app, but you get a free cell phone number. And I think you get like, I don't know, maybe you get a gig a month and maybe like 200 minutes and 200 texts. But like, I think it's a real number, not like VoIP number, and it's free. And hat tip to Bleak Choo Choo for that one. Next, I applied for an account with logicsbanking.com. I don't really remember why. I think I just liked the card. It was cute. It has like a little robot on it. But they denied me, so that's sad. Next, Clear launches Clear Concierge service for an extra $99 or $179. Expedite your Clear Plus experience, help you with your bags. Clear Concierge gets expedite your Clear Plus experience, helps with your bags, also guides you to your gate or lounge, and assists you with carrying on bags beyond security. I imagine this could be good for like elderly, but don't really see it useful otherwise. Next, JetBlue to end their loyalty program with TAP Air Portugal on September 30th. The last day you can book your TAP Air Portugal flight to earn or redeem True Blue miles will be 9/30/2025. The deadline to travel and submit any requests for retroactive True Blue points will also be completed on or before 9:30. Please note that the partnership termination will not impact any cash bookings made on TAP Air Portugal. We apologize for the inconvenience. Next, Target's ending their price match policy. They're now only price matching themselves online instead of other retailers like Amazon and Walmart. That's terrible. Next, the wonderful Trumbles made an update to churning.io, and now they made churning.cc, which has just better searching for things if you want to like find stuff on our churning. I think you can also search our credit cards, so pretty great little tool. Speaking of little tools, Griffly, which they've now deleted their post, but they had a form that you could submit and get access to their Android app that would compare Lyft and Uber charges directly in the same app. You put in an address, it stores the credentials locally, and would pull the price for Uber, the price for Lyft, and show them in line next to each other. Super useful as someone who lives in a pretty big city. This is specifically because it was removed because it violated terms. You can DM Griffinly if you'd like to. Link is always in the show notes. And then, as I mentioned, we're going to go through some Priority Pass stuff later, and Dr. Credit aggregated pretty much every card that has Priority Pass, one that you would care about, and detailed their benefits. So the only ones that have restaurant access are U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve, gets 8 total visits, and you can have restaurant access. The UBS Visa Infinite has a $4.95 annual fee and has restaurant access. It doesn't get any guests. City Prestige gets 2 guests or immediate family, $350 to $450 annual fee, and gets restaurant access. The City National Bank Visa Infinite gets no free guests, but gets restaurants. Barclays Gold and Black gets no guests, but restaurants. The Capital One Metro X, they don't have the Bank of America Preferred Rewards Elite card. They have it listed as no restaurant access, but it does have restaurant access. And for authorized users, they say, can I sign up to 4 Priority Pack memberships to anybody, even none? I don't even know what that means. But that's definitely wrong. You can get restaurant access. I use it all the time. There's a bunch of other ones that are listed here. Definitely take a look if you're in the market for Bank of America or Priority Pass access. Juno is officially closing. They're also charging a $5 monthly fee. So they're going to sell your crypto starting on September 1st. And if you don't redeem your funds, they're going to charge you a $5 monthly fee. Next, I was shut down by Monzo. They have debit card funding, and they didn't like me, so they shut me down. Classic. Next, Costco now has virtual shop cards. And by that, I mean you can put the virtual shop card or any shop card directly into your app, sort of like Amazon's gift card balance. You can just you can load your shop cards right in there. Once you do that, you can't get them out onto a card again, but you can just store them in your app, which is super useful. Also, shout out Costco, because I've been using a pair of sheets from them for 3 years, and I use them literally every day, and I wash them like once a week, and they finally grew a hole in them just from use. And I went back and I was like, hey, there's a hole in these sheets. And they were like, all right, full refund. And then I just bought the same sheets again. Pretty awesome. I love me some Costco. And then finally, just a little something fun. It turns out PayPal.gov or Pay.gov has a spot where you can donate towards the national debt and pay with your credit card or PayPal. It says donations must be over $5 to cover fees, but it accepts a $1 test payment on a credit card. You could, in theory, max out all your credit cards by paying off the national debt and then declare bankruptcy. I don't know if that would really work, but that would be really funny to hear. And that's it for today. Thanks so much for listening. Sorry if it sounds like I'm kind of flying through this. I just have so much to cover. If you have any feedback of like maybe some of the stuff I shouldn't be covering, maybe just me aggregating Dr. Credit stuff that I find interesting is not useful. There's stuff that I don't even get to cover in here because there's just so much material and it's an hour and a half of a podcast. So I hope you enjoy it. I'll try and do it more frequently, but it's just hard to find time, honestly. I do enjoy doing it, even though my ratings are horrible. I have like a 3 rating on Pocket Cast, so I really appreciate it if you enjoy it, to give it a little thumbs up and give some 5 stars. And otherwise, I'll see you around. Peace.